Hi class, I'm going to go through these sites, and if you watch the whole video, you'll be able to see various examples and get some insights into things that will help you as you build your sites, all right? So I'm going to go in and look at these as a first-time site visitor. I may have seen them, but I'm reviewing them as if I am landing here and interacting with the site for the first time and checking the usability. All right. So when I land here, it's very clear. We've got the logo in the header. That's great, just as it should be. We can definitely see which page we are on. Very clear navigation. We get into the content, easy to read. We are linked up at the bottom here to the client's content account. That's great. One thing I do notice, the contact us is catch us, which is very clever. I do want you to remember that whenever we use something that is not what people are used to, it slows them down a little bit, right? And so we're really trying to be careful with that. If you look at the laws of UX, you'll see explanations for all those kinds of things. We don't want to have our client or our site visitor have to think too much. We just want them to be able to find what they're looking for. So in that way, we would typically say contact us because search engines are going to find that more readily. And your site visitor, when they're looking to contact you, they're not going to use the search words catch us. They're going to be looking up contact. Either way, this goes to the end. All right, that's where people are accustomed to finding it because it's usually the last thing that they are looking for. Just reeled in, very fun. And I suppose that's the menu. So again, the same thing applies there. That would be great here if this was somewhat reversed. Menu up here and then just reeled in as a heading would be really great. Photos, okay. Again, that's going to be at the end. This content you can, because these locations are the same on Monday and Wednesday, and Tuesday and Thursday are the same, you can combine those if you need to reduce the scrolling. The map is probably best below the actual content. Okay, this is actually a very good site, and the things that I am discussing are very typical revisions that occur for the week 4. Okay, so here, left align because left alignment is easier for the user's eye to return to the same location, and it provides a nice straight edge. So I do love the text that we're using here, although we have changed here. Let's stick with the same one, but the headings are looking great. I do like those and how clean they are with this font. It's a great font pairing. And we'll want some separation between here. We've got a separation here, but we need a little more separation between these events and left align. We have a different font here again, and we need to break it up into paragraphs. You can reduce a little bit if you need to, and I would close up some space here. But overall, this is a really great start. And as you go through, you'll see some similar revisions that will be needed on other sites, and you'll see how people have resolved those. Okay. The next one, this is a great heading up here. It's very bold, very easy to read, super important. Again, we need to move, I think the social is probably the contact page. We want to move that here to the end and rename it contact. The logo will go in the header, and that way it will be on every page. And it also is an image, so it's probably already named Real Deal Taco Logo, but that is something that search engines will crawl through, or images. So we want to use a keyword there and put it at the top. And be very careful with logos. We never want to crop them. I know this may be the original that you received, but we've got to be able to add padding to that. Okay, and so we don't need to put it on the page. We need to put it in the header, so it will be on every page, just like the navigation. This is a different color. I would probably put it in this color or this color, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3. That's probably one of the bigger things about this site, is that it's got 3 different shades of blue, which can work together, but we also need to pick those up in different places to combine them and make them work together. We need the disclaimer at the bottom. We need the year, all of the copyright information at the bottom. But I do like this text with this art, very nice, easy to read. Here, again, same thing. We're going to have this up here, so we won't need it there. And the blue, I think, this one works really well, or this one. They make a good combination. This is okay, but it's not used throughout, and so we've got this discrepancy. So I would just choose the 2 colors, one being with the logo. That's almost always a good way to go. And this again, that's going to go up here somewhere, and I would change this hue to more of the blue instead of purple. This works fine if you wanted to, and there's room here, but if you needed to, you could combine them. I don't know that you do. And you have a nice hierarchy here. We can tell the headings separate the content, so that's all good. Copyright information is going to be at the bottom. Okay. Good choice of colors. You've got your contrast, good choice of text. I would move this image here and bring this column over under here a little bit. That way you won't have a lot of scrolling, but you also won't have such a wide page. So you can bring that here, bring that over, allow a little bit more padding in between. And these are things you're probably working on. The thing that takes the most time is the menu. This can be called contact. Put a form here, and all you really need are the icons, but you've got these here and they're linked up, and that's awesome. This, we changed the font suddenly. Not a fan. I think you can go ahead and keep this if you like, but I think the heading would be better if you kept it in your font that you were using here. So I would use your headers, your headings as this font throughout. And same with uppercase, lowercase. Try to be consistent. That's really one of the things. This line weight is a little heavier compared to this, the other art, and that. So that's something to think about. But again, I know you're working on this, and I can tell you've put a lot into it. We do want to get into the content a little quicker, right? The main content is down here. So we want to get into that sooner. And we want to left align that content. If you need to cut down a little bit of the content, take some sentences out, then you can edit that, all right? Otherwise, this is a great start. Here's another example. We want to make sure our headings are the same. Now this changes. It's still legible, but it does change a little bit, where we have the black and then we move to the yellow on another page. It's not really a problem as long as we can read it. We say open for lunch and dinner. Okay, we didn't say, yeah, we did. Okay, think about that. Okay, nice. Colors are working. You've got that feed in there. Good. And for this one, you had to take out the reservations, and you did. Good job. Okay, here, this shouldn't be all caps for this particular font. This is working really clean. maybe you don't put that here. I think that that could come out. Ideally, we have the same depth, but it's okay in this situation. It's not really a problem. Okay, so we do lose the contact navigation here, you see. It's there, we just can't see it. So that would has to be worked out. You can see that we are linked up. If you look at the bottom left, you'll see that. Okay. Probably that needs to be left aligned. Probably this could be a little larger font. And you can edit this down if you have something this long. Again, left align that. Okay. And in a situation like this, I would make this pink probably blue, right? Kind of like a bookend to have the header and the footer match a little bit there. Probably don't need the search function. You can select that and delete it. This, it's okay. You could try this color or a darker shade of this blue, but it's all right. It's clean and it's legible. So this is really a very strong job at editing this particular font template, but we do want to correct this and some fonts here. All right. Here's another example. We want to put the logo in the header. You'll find that it is on every page, but it's put there. This is a great font, easy to read. This is linked up, so time went into this. Nice and clean. Probably will look nice on mobile. In this particular course, students aren't required to work with their mobile, but just keep it in mind. Okay. All right. So this could come up here. Are we using the same font for our header? Looks like it. But you do have 2 pages there. Header's going to be up there. Then you're going to get straight into your menu, something like that, with your logo up here. May not need that much depth, but it's not a big issue. Again, all right, so we have it on a 1 page, and then we have separate pages. That just kind of slows the site down if we have more, duplicates and things. All good. You can delete this, just select it and hit delete on your keyboard. Sometimes if you have to delete a application, then you would have to go to your apps. That would be going through your Wix logo to your dashboard and going through your apps and deleting those. That would happen if you had reservations and online catering or anything like that. So this one is interesting because it's got this scrolling. It is going to a different page. So you can either remove the other pages, and what you would be doing is linking your about to here. So there would be, if there should be a anchor line that goes across here, and on the right you can name it, and wherever you move that, if it's linked to this, it's going to land there that's where the top will be. You can create an anchor if you don't have one there. And if you have any issues with that, you can contact me and I can send you steps, but it's also very easy to just Google it or ask Wix support in a search real quick the Wix help site, and it will give you all the steps that you need to do that. But I also have a little video if someone needs help that I created for that. Okay. But this is a great site. It's a really great start. It's just got that one functionality, and the logo needs to be moved.